Both Trump and Biden are playing the blame game on inflation, but the data shows the real story. Consumer prices rose more than 7% under Donald Trump, but jumped a whopping 19.4% under Biden. There's some facts there. Steve Moore joins us now. I mean, look, Steve, the data tells the story, does it not?
Well, there's no question about it, Ashley. And, you know, there was a interesting moment during the debate where Trump said, you know, I have held inflation under control. And even the fact checkers in the media, your friends in the media, Ashley, were saying, oh, well, inflation was on the rise when Trump left office. And the truth is, I looked at the last 4 months when Trump was in office. OK, Ashley, that would be up until January of 2021. You know what the inflation rates were? 1.2%, 1.2%, 1.4%, 1.4%. Does that sound like he handed off an economy with exploding inflation? And then the most amazing thing is, so he hands off the economy with 1.4% inflation to Biden, and in 18 months, I don't know how he did it so quickly. The inflation rate went from 1.4 to 9.1%. And it's important for people to understand this did not happen by accident. It was a direct result of the multi-$3 trillion spending spree, all paid for by printing money.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you would believe that if Biden wins, inflation continues to climb.
Well, you know, we'll see. Of course, inflation is also a result of what the Federal Reserve does. And I still think it is too early to be talking about. I know all your viewers would love to see a rate cut, and I'd love to see one too, but I still see persistent 3 to 4 to 4.5% inflation out there. So I think it may be a little premature for that.
I want to get to your new op-ed out. It reads, quote, the left's $7 trillion lie. Biden far outpaces Trump in racking up the national debt. All right, Steve, $7 trillion lie. That's a lot of money.
It is, and it directly refutes what Joe Biden and the people in the media were saying, was that Biden, Trump had a worse record on debt than Biden did. That's simply factually untrue. Now, look, Trump had pretty high deficits too, and I love the guy, but I have to say, we did spend and borrow too much. But Biden came in, and if you look at the 10-year forecast of what the debt was supposed to be when Trump left office, and this is the Congressional Budget Office, this is the fair referee, and then you look at where we are today with Biden's budgets, it adds up to $7 trillion of additional debt. I would make the case, and I've been doing this for 40 years, that at least in my lifetime, Joe Biden is by far the most financially reckless president we have seen. I can't tell you about what happened in the 19th century and so on, but I can tell you in the last 50 years, there's no one who even comes close to Joe Biden in terms of ruining the finances of this country.
30 seconds. It's just not sustainable. I don't think a lot of people realize, the peril that we face if we continue to spend. Yeah.
You know what's really scary, Ashley? People keep talking about how incoherent Biden was in the debate, and he was incoherent. But when he was coherent, that was a problem, too. His closing statement about what he will do if he's reelected, I hope people paid close attention. The last thing he said in the debate is, my solution to the American economy is to soak the rich with higher taxes. I mean, come on, that's going to solve our problems? Having the highest taxes in the world? That's ridiculous.
That's a good place to leave it right there. Steve Moore, terrific stuff as always, sir. Thank you very much.